Ed Sheeran, the Biebs, teaming up on the Danny Lakey Late Show. It's called I Don't Care.
The following content is of an adult nature, and it may make some listeners blush, say, oh my God, or even cause offence. Feel free to turn the radio down in 3, 2, 1.
With Dr. Nikki Goldstein.
Hey, Dr. Nikki Goldstein. She is live in studio for Hump Day Wednesday.
Hello, Danny.
Hey.
On this freezing cold night that Shuey needs her hot water bottle.
Oh, she's
use
always
it
got her
every
water
night.
bottle now.
I love this. I'm in like a blanket and you've got your
I
hot
know,
water bottle.
and Lakey's in
T-shirt.
a t-shirt. Is it cold-blooded?
No, warm-blooded.
Oh yeah, because I need warmth.
No, he's warm-blooded. You're
Yeah,
cold-blooded.
I'm cold-blooded.
Yeah.
I
Stop
need the
talking about
heater.
my blood, please.
Or blood flow.
Hey, I've got a question. And 131060, by the way, if you've got sex or relationship questions for Dr. Nikki Goldstein. I'm starting to get a little worried that I may be one of those men, and don't get me wrong, I'm not proud of this, but one of those guys that gets put in the, he just loves the chase category.
The thing is that you use the word started. Like, I feel like everyone's probably thought this about you for a long time. No offense.
No, but you know what I also get? Sometimes, like, when I try and confide in people and say, I just haven't found anyone that much that I really want to settle down. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I'm just happy being single and playing the field, and variety is my spice of life. They just say, well, you just haven't found the right one yet. And I'm getting sick of that.
It's true.
Because I've found a lot of ones.
No.
I said that to you the other day.
Yeah.
But it's true. As soon as you find that one person, it's because you haven't experienced it that you won't go. You'll realise that you're like, oh, actually, I do want to settle down with this person.
I'm going to go all analytical here, and I'm going to go, okay, let's bank the idea that you haven't found the right one, right? And this is going to sound really fluffy, but the right one needs to be working on yourself first. You need to get your shit together, because often when it's about the chase, it's actually to do with ego. If you just liked variety, you'd be dating maybe one girl and saying, hey, let's have an open relationship. I'd like to date multiple people, or let's go off to a swingers club. For you, this chase is about this thrill, this ego that likes to be able to conquer. And then when you know, and I bet you anything, if I was a fly on the wall, I could probably pinpoint the moment that you switch off. As soon as these girls, I think, give into you in a way where your brain goes, yep, I got this, then you're like, oh, crap, I got to go back out there and get my rush again from my ego. You're smiling.
This is so accurate. This is Lakey too.
Smiling. So that's first, right? This is first. Okay, first step. Danny's got to sort his shit out. And then second step, we're going to put in Shuey Louie's advice, which is when you've got your stuff sorted, then you're open to seeing this person that fulfills you, that still might be the person that goes, hey, Danny, let's bring multiple people into the relationship because spice is a variety of life.
How could I get myself sorted there? How does one fix their ego? And
I'm
I'm
gonna
not saying that.
suggest
I'm not saying I
therapy.
agree with. No, I'm not saying I agree with any of this.
Okay.
But if I were to fix it, I mean, I used to be an alcoholic. I fixed it by not drinking. Now, if I am an egoaholic or whatever, and people out there are egoaholics.
No sex.
No.
Don't be
I
ridiculous,
think
Sherry
it's no
Louie.
sex.
Ignore her.
I actually think you need to sit with the uncomfortable feelings, whatever it is that makes you go, ooh, I've had enough of this situation now. I think I've kind of got this girl. I'm going to go chase another one. I actually think you've got to kind of nearly, in a way, practice date. Choose a girl, right? Hopefully a nice girl. And go, okay, when I get to that point that I feel like I'm going to start backing out, or I'm going to make some excuse to get out of it, or I'm going to say she's got weird boobs or breath or whatever excuse that you do use. I'm sure you come up with stupid ones.
He does.
There's this weird freckle on her left thigh. It's
Exactly.
repulsive.
It's
That's
I
too
can't
much.
deal with this. I can't get turned on by this freckle. That's the moment where you've actually got to challenge yourself and go, okay, Danny, all right, let's acknowledge the fact that I'm in that weird point where I think I'm trying to get out to make an excuse to get my ego back out in the chase, and try actually stick with it, and even flag it with the girl and say, listen, I've noticed that I have this pattern. I really like you. I need to be open and honest with you about this, and I actually want to work through that period I get to where I feel like I need to get back out in the chase again. Will you hang in there with me and work through it?
Fine, soft-core vanilla sex it is.
I'm not suggesting softcore vanilla sex. You
I'm
can have
joking.
that with a
joking.
person that you're dating for a while.
Yeah,
But the chase, I don't know.
yeah, maybe.
It's insight into the personality of Danny Lakey.
I'll get there. 13 10 60. If you've got a question for Dr. Nikki Goldstein, whether it be about your fragile ego and your commitment issues, whether it be about your relationship that you've been in for a while, whether it be something about you exploring your body, maybe there's a pain in your urethra. I don't know. Questions on the air next with Dr. Nikki. Rule, painkiller on the Danny Lakey Late Show. I must play this warning so you're not shocked at the content.
Go on.
Okay, now.
The following content is of an adult nature, and it may make some listeners blush, say, oh my God, or even cause offense. Feel free to turn the radio down in 3, 2, 1.
With Dr. Nikki Goldstein.
We are talking about sex with Dr. Nikki Goldstein. Gee, she knows her stuff. Sometimes she will shine a magnifying glass of truth right on you. Be warned with what comes out. It may surprise you. Good advice before, Dr. Nick.
Thanks. I hope you take it on board and find the love of your life.
Well,
for a minute.
I'm doing a 10-day silent meditation retreat soon. Maybe it'll hit me in the
I've always been
between the eyes
challenged
there.
to do one of those, but no one thinks I could shut up for 10 days.
Neither could I.
It's not the
There's
shutting
no
up. It's not the
chance.
shutting up. It'll be the sitting cross-legged
Yes,
10 days straight.
in that funny position.
Yeah.
All right, if you do it, I'll do it.
I am doing it.
Okay.
Alex
Damn.
in Melbourne. Hello. What's your question to Dr. Nikki?
Hi guys, how are you?
Blissful, thank you.
Yeah, good, thank you. So my question was, I've been seeing my boyfriend for about 9 months now, and when we were both single, we were pretty big players, I guess you could say. And recently, like in the last 6 months of the relationship, every time I'd want to say, oh, you know, babe, you know, I'm sort of into it, you know, can we have sex tonight and all that sort of stuff, he'll just sort of tell me, oh, I'm too tired, I don't really want to, and stuff like that, and I'm sort of wondering why.
Well, this is great because usually it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, I like a bit of, gender diversity here. Okay, so my question is going to be, what does he do during the day and what time of night are you asking him for sex and he's saying he's too tired?
Well, he works in like early mornings, and he also works on weekends late at night. So sometimes if he's working like early mornings during the week, I'll ask him probably during the day, even before he goes to work. And then on the weekends, before he goes to work and works really late, so sort of like within those hours that he's capable of doing it, I guess.
Okay, so you're being respectful in terms of like not poking him at 1 o'clock in the morning kind of stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Like what a guy normally does to a woman.
Yeah.
And the back,
Hashtag not all men.
the spooning position.
Yeah, right,
What's that?
Danny.
Hello.
Check savings or credit.
I think, Alex, the question that you've got to start asking him is he satisfied? Because if we do have a look at stereotypically what women do when they're saying that I'm tired, normally it is that they are putting sex down the list of priorities. It's not really important anymore. They're thinking, I've got so many other things to do. But for a lot of women too, it's also a combination of sexual boredom. And because sex isn't as exciting anymore, or they might not be getting their needs fulfilled, it then doesn't become as much of a priority because when you're tired, you want to sleep, not have shitty sex.
It's definitely a boredom thing.
Yeah, so it's an awkward one because I would hate to just assume that you're having a boring sex life with your partner, but maybe there's something that is going on for him. Maybe he wants something different in terms of sex, or maybe he has some feedback as well for something that he wants you to do. So I would be asking him very delicately that question instead of, is there something wrong with you because you're always tired? Or he could actually be tired. He could have a vitamin deficiency.
Very highly unlikely, Dr. Nikki. I would suggest checking his porn search history, seeing what
yes.
sort of fetishes he's doing. Maybe he's looking for oiled up ass.
But that's not always a transference.
Okay.
No, he might. He might.
You can have, look up things and have fantasies without actually wanting to live them through.
Nah, if he's Googling oiled up ass, just get some
All
oil
up
You
ass.
are the
and
one
present your
Googling
ass.
that.
No, or if he's...
Is there even a genre called all up ass?
That's what
oil.
Lakey
Oh,
Googles.
oil.
Yeah, or sweet negligee. Go out and buy a sweet negligee. Whatever he's searching, replicate it in the bedroom and don't tell him. He'll cream his jeans. Tony in Melbourne, what's your question?
How you going, matey?
Very good, thank you. Is that your question?
No, sorry. Yes, that I just came out of a 10-year relationship, yeah? How could I build up my confidence to approach another woman? I'm lacking confidence now.
Oh, life isn't a Notting
man.
Hill movie anymore,
Oh,
mate. Tinder. You just got to go Tinder.
Well,
People are too on their guard these days.
You can start off with online dating to start practicing getting that banter back. Because for a lot of guys girls that have been in a relationship for a long time, getting back out there, it's like, oh, what do I do? What do I say these days? But I also think you have to go through those transitions of having those really awkward moments, because they are actually the moments that will build your confidence. You know, when you do feel like you've stumbled or you've made a complete dork out of yourself, I think you've got to get that confidence in yourself to throw yourself back out there. So start with some online dating, but don't be scared to actually talk to women and ask them out. And if they say no, what is the worst thing that's going to happen?
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Rejection.
yeah,
But
A lot of guys don't like rejection.
it is.
yeah,
Don't like rejection.
no one likes rejection, but I think we're all super sensitive to it these days. And you know, you think about the days where we didn't have online dating. We used to go back. Well, our parents would have gone out to discos, and they would have been rejected at schoolyard times. But things like that only make you stronger. So you go, okay, it stings for a little bit. I can get over it. But it gives me the confidence to go into the next person and give it another shot.
Now, I'm not recommending this. All I will say is something that I did back when I used to drink. I had 3 day beers and then went out into the city and chatted to people.
Oh, I'm not going to support.
And I did get a girlfriend out of it. No, I don't support it either. I'm just telling a story, completely unrelated
But
to
see
anything
how
that I
confidence is a
advise for
sexy
Tony.
thing. So, like, you sometimes have got to fake that confidence and go, all right, I am going to go out there and talk to some stranger in the elevator, not even necessarily ask her on a date, like maybe just strike up a random conversation to prove to yourself that you can do it, because communication is an issue for all of us these days because we've got our head in our phone.
Pretend you are a German backpacker and want to know the way to the coastline.
Don't do that.
No, you do. That's an easy way. You just start
Then
with
you
those.
then you got to clear up your lie that you're not German and you're not a backpacker.
Ich bin Danny.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Dr. Nikki Goldstein.
having me.
As well. We'll see you next week.
See you later.